This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. If you're looking for a sports book this football season, be sure to visit America's #1 sports book, FanDuel, today.
What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, the Colts just had their second preseason game, losing on a controversial call at the end. Jelani Woods came down with a catch that looked like it was going to be called for a touchdown to win the game. And on a fourth down, the officials say that it was not a catch, even though I have seen no video evidence to prove that it wasn't. Nevertheless, it's preseason, but my God, that was a bad call by the officials, and Jelani Woods got robbed of that one. It was an amazing play by Jason Bean and Jelani Woods, and it got taken away for no reason at all. But nevertheless, the Green Bay Packers win 23-19 off the back of that call. Just want to go ahead and now talk about players that we saw today. All four quarterbacks got a chance to throw the football today. Daniel Jones, who started out in this game, 7 of 11 on his 2 drives, went 101 yards. And yeah, Daniel Jones in those 2 drives, he looked pretty dang good, man, not going to lie. He did have one bobbled snap on that first drive and then followed up with missing a wide open Tyler Warren the next play, which would have gone for 35. But outside of that, Daniel Jones looked very, very accurate, very precise, and was able to get the Colts in position to score. Just wasn't able to capitalize on it at the very end there. But all in all, things look pretty good for Daniel Jones. And then Anthony Richardson today, he also did really good. Went 5 of 6 on that first opening drive where the Colts were backed up all the way inside their own 20. And Anthony Richardson was lighting them up. 5 of 6 on that drive for 64 yards, capped off with a touchdown by Tyler Goodson inside the 5. Anthony Richardson, things were looking great. Then things started happening. Richardson had a few passes that were brought back by penalties, one specifically where he threw a 40-yard pass to Anthony Gould that got called back by an illegal screen set by A.D. Mitchell. And I don't even know if it was the screen that got called it or if it was the offsides. I'm not sure. But either way, A.D. Mitchell had been penalized, and that brought that one back. And in that second quarter, in the last 2 drives, Anthony Richardson was running for his life. There were a lot of times he had to move out of the pocket, and the offensive line for the backups just was not doing it again today. Anthony Richardson definitely wasn't given the benefit of the doubt of the better offensive line today. It was clearly Daniel Jones, but nevertheless, I felt Anthony Richardson did very good today in addition to that. Riley Leonard, 7 of 12 today, 64 yards, 72 QB rating. Jason Bean, again, had that amazing play in the final drive of the game. Should have been a touchdown. It wasn't, and called that way, but whatever. But all in all, I liked what I saw from both quarterbacks today. Yeah, sure, Daniel Jones might have looked a little bit more precise, but Anthony Richardson showing you that big play ability is still there, and he's hitting a little bit more of the underneath stuff now, or at least hitting that option that he should go to, which is great to see.
Hey, what's up, Colts Nation? I want to take just a second here, pause on the content just for 1 second, and give a shout out to our partnership here with FanDuel. So as you guys know, regular season is just around the corner here. In the blink of an eye, guys, it's really going to be here, which is just crazy. So we're still in preseason at the current time, but we're getting there. every single day. We are 1 second, 1 minute, and 1 day closer to kickoff. So, and a lot of people not really super high on the Indianapolis Colts. You don't have to go super far to see where people are ranking the Colts right now. And if you use a sports book, I would definitely recommend FanDuel. There's a lot of different things that you can be looking at with FanDuel. And, if you're a diehard Indianapolis Colts fan and you are hoping the best, you can bet on anything. You can bet on preseason if you want to do that. Also, there's some things as we get into the regular season. You got Super Bowl odds for not just the Colts, but for all these different teams. Right now, just kind of looking at it, Colts are at plus 6,500. So obviously there are a lot of teams that a lot of other people are thinking are going to go to the Super Bowl ahead of the Colts. So if you're like, hey, you know what? It's a pretty long shot here, but I definitely want to just do it because you never know what's going to happen. But there's an option there if you're thinking Colts Super Bowl or bust here. There's also other different options as well. If you want to maybe set your expectations a little bit lower, hey, let's look at regular season wins for the Colts right now on FanDuel. That's negative 110. If you want to go 6+ regular season wins, if you're like, I don't know if I want to go 8, I want to go 6, you can do that as well. It's a little bit negative 320. Or if you're like, hey, you know what? This is a really do or die season for the Colts. And I think if they can figure out their quarterback situation, I think they can make the playoffs. That's potentially a really, really good option there as it sits right now at plus 172. You think the Colts can, maybe sneak into the playoffs this year, that might not be a bad option for you at all. That's just kind of, guys, a snippet of all the different odds that you can be, placing your bets on and things like that here with FanDuel. And like I said, if you want to bet on preseason, you are more than welcome to do that as well. Some people do it. Some people are like, it's just preseason, but if you want to do it, go for it. Kind of get into the mindset here before, the regular season does kick off. So if you guys are wanting to do that, or if you're like, no, the Colts aren't going to make the playoffs, the Colts aren't going to do these things, whatever side of the pendulum you swing here for the Indianapolis Colts 2025 season, if you think they're going to win 6-8 games, you think they're going to make the playoffs, you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl, you can do all that here ahead of the regular season here. Again, guys, we're still in the middle of August, middle to end of August here. So we've still got a few weeks until the Colts do kick off against the Miami Dolphins at home in week 1. So you can make all those betting odds here that you want to, from Colts are going to be terrible this year to the Colts are going to make the Super Bowl. Like, you can do pretty much anything and everything there when thinking about the regular season for the Indianapolis Colts. And also there's more things with individual players as well. And we'll kind of get into that later on as we get into it. But just wanted to take a second here and give a shout out to FanDuel once again here for being our partner here throughout the course of the 2025 season. So be sure to check out FanDuel, guys, and check them out. Shout out again to FanDuel. Really do appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the content.
Colts running backs, nothing too crazy today. DJ Giddens, 6 carries for 28 yards. Ulysses Bentley, 7 carries for 27 yards. Bad news for the running back situation. Tyler Goodson had to leave the game because of a wrist injury, had to go to the locker room and had his arm in a cast or in a sling. So it's definitely bad. It's not something small. As far as offensive line goes, Braden Smith had to check out of the game because of a groin injury. I'm not sure if he would have played even after that. I think the starters were done for at that time, but something to monitor. I don't think it's bad because he was still on the field in his full pads and everything after that. So I don't think it was anything too severe, but something to monitor. And Blake Freeland on Anthony Richardson's first drive got his ankle rolled up or his right leg rolled up on by the running backs and the guy that was tackling him, and he had to be carted off with a cast on his leg. So again, something that we have to monitor going forward when it comes to this situation. So definitely a concern there for the offensive line and the injuries there. Bernard Ryman did not play in this game either. Apparently just has a lower leg sleeve. Don't think it's anything severe, but again, the injuries on the offensive line in general, really bad. You're missing a lot of people right now, guys. And I could go through a list like a long list of guys that are dealing with injuries right now. We just got to get players back, dude. We got to get players back in the worst way possible. Wide receiver wise today, Coleman Owen led the team with 46 yards today, 4 catches. Michael Pittman, 2 catches for 31 yards. Gould with 3 catches for 30. Would have been 4 for 70 had that not gotten called back. Drew Ogletree had 2 catches for 28 yards. Warren had a catch for 25 yards. Cox had 2 catches for 25 yards. Jelani Woods had 2 for 22. Again, would have been more if that play would have stood. It should have stood, but whatever. Going down the list, but a bunch of tight ends making some big plays today. Great to see, honestly. So, honestly, can't say too much about it when it comes to that. Just offensively right now, you still have to decide on your quarterback. You got to get some injured players back. And offensive line-wise, I really hope there's nothing wrong with Ryman and Braden. I'm sorry. But otherwise, back end, depth, you need better depth. At the tackle position and at guard. You have to get better. Defensive-wise, it was a rough day for the backups for sure. Definitely hope that we will see more going forward. They were able to dissect the Colts defense a lot at times. And the pass rush certainly wasn't there a lot of times. Felt like it could have been a lot better. I think defensive MVP of the game, though, I would have to probably give that to Chris Lamons. I mean, Chris Lamons was all over the place today. 5 tackles, 1 for a loss with a sack, 3 pass deflections. I mean, he was all over the place today. He was really stepping in and making a lot of great plays. Even the Eric Johnson's effort, too. Eric Johnson with 10 total tackles today. So a lot of great things to bounce off of. Again, Hunter Wohler out early in this game with a foot injury. Waiting to see the results of that. But all in all, I'm not giving you guys a whole lot. I do apologize. If I had Cody on here, it'd be a little bit better of a discussion. But all in all, the big questions are injuries, and the big questions are who showed to Shane Steichen who's going to be the quarterback 1 going forward. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this game and how you felt about them. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.